emergency warning. They will be in danger within the next 30 minutes.
Affirmative. This will be Thomas incident.
Engine 82, engine 81, engine 26, medic engine 6, medic engine 4, medic engine 3, oxygen 2, water center 27, copter 7, copter 8, battalion 5, battalion 51.
Immediate need, Ventura.
Ventura, copy immediate need.
Ventura, I'd like to place an order for 2 additional ED-type nighttime water dropping aircraft for immediate structure threat and life safety, please.
Copy that. So the engineer is the one that is trapped at the bottom.
When I found out he died, I knew that my only job was to keep breathing.
A relentless and behemoth blaze, the Thomas Fire forced thousands of new evacuations today in Santa Barbara and Ventura counties.
A firefighter from San Diego has died fighting the flames in Ventura County.
Co-workers of Corey Iverson went to this hilly area to retrieve his body.
Thomas Fire in California is now the state's largest wildfire since the 1930s.
Funeral procession for a firefighter killed Thursday crossed 5 counties.
He leaves behind a pregnant wife and a young daughter.
She lost the love of her life and father of her 2 children in last year's Thomas Fire. Now, Ashley Iverson is making it her mission to help other firefighters deal with trauma on the job.
She sat where you're sitting today. She feels the same hole in her heart that you feel. To honor you and surviving families, would you please welcome Ashley Iverson?
I struggled to find the right words to say to all of you today because I know no words can make the pain lessen. Just like the question, what do you need, cannot be fulfilled when the simple answer is, just bring my love home.
Okay, do we have any confirmation on engineer 5-3? Negative.
As soon as I heard those words, like I just dropped to the floor, and that was, that's where all the pain started.
I thought I was prepared. It was something I couldn't handle, but I knew if I was shook up, those people at the fire station that worked and lived and loved Corey, how do these guys go back to work?
I felt like we should have been the ones there holding her and being like, hey, we're here for you, but it was her holding us up.
So about a month before Corey left, one of his colleagues, Ryan Mitchell, took his own life, and Corey was asked to backfill for him. And when he came home, I saw fear in his eyes. Then Corey left, and I started asking his colleagues what level of mental and emotional health care they receive on a regular basis that is proactive rather than reactive. And I was shocked to hear that there's nothing within the workplace treated as training, and that's where the foundation came into fruition. I realized that our heroes need to realize that they are just as important as the individuals they're helping on a daily basis.
I think the fire service gets a lot of our culture from the military and law enforcement. We have a lot of similarities. And I know when I started, you didn't show weakness. It was stoic, and we would go out and see these horrific scenes, and you would joke about it. You never acknowledged that maybe what you seen wasn't right.
There are 3 main components of the Iverson Foundation for active awareness. The first is to raise awareness within the industry and outside the industry that there is an epidemic of struggling behavioral health.
I was home, but I wasn't there. Like, my kids were there, and I didn't want to have anything to do with joy.
We do a lot of training to teach firefighters how to survive in a fire, but we don't teach them how to survive being a firefighter.
The second is to reduce the stigma that tells first responders that they are machines, can't feel, can't express emotion, can't struggle from the things that they see and do on a daily basis, let alone all the things that they experience in normal day life.
I felt alone and like I was the only one just going through all this stuff, and through some of the therapy I've done, I've realized that there's a lot of us that feel that way, but nobody ever shares it.
The third is to change the culture, to encourage and motivate first responders to practice mindfulness. Not every modality is going to work for each individual person, and not every modality is going to work for every given circumstance. My hope is to get people to realize that there's a plethora of options out there and to try them and practice them within the workplace.
Do what you have to do and find the tools, find what works, because the old way of just going through a dramatic call and everybody comes back and nobody talks, like that's not gonna work. It's just each call is just gonna eat you away.
So my son's in the fire service now. He's in his second year doing this, and I hope 20 years from now they look back and they laugh at the old guys, that they're in a different place in their career, that our divorce rate isn't as high and our substance abuse rates aren't as high as they are, and that they're talking about these things in the fire station.
I don't need to tell you what great pain comes from profound loss, but what I can tell you is there is always light to be found in darkness. Walking through life's traumas is no walk in the park, but I will assure you, there is so much light to be found when you walk through them rather than around them. Keep loving, because love is the greatest power in this world. After all, love is why you are here. The love you shared with the person that changed your life. Love knows no boundaries. Love has no limits. Love never fails.